What's going on, everybody? It's Brian and I'm back with another video. First thing, I'm sorry if I sound a little congested. It's because I absolutely am. I'm a little under the weather. I started feeling sick a couple of days back, which is why this video has been delayed, but I'm feeling a little bit better today, thank the Lord above. And so here we are. And today I'm sharing with you guys how I weekly plan. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. But if you're new around here, again, my name is Brian. I'm a photographer living in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'm just here documenting my journey of creating a life worth living, whether that be spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. And a large portion of that is being active in my planner, writing down my to-do list, writing down my goals, and actually being intentional about getting things done to be able to, again, create a life worth living. So if you like the sound of that, then you know what to do. I don't think I've ever done a dedicated video for a weekly plan with me. Like, I may have included just a very small portion of a vlog where I was doing some weekly planning. Since I'm adding a couple of things to, or incorporating some new elements into my weekly planning, I was like, why not just hop on and share with you guys what I'm currently doing, maybe spark some inspiration, and maybe down in the comment section you guys can give me some ideas on how you might use some of the things that I'm incorporated a little bit differently. So yeah, here we go. A couple of videos back, I did a shop with me video where I shared with you guys what I was picking up during the Cloth and Paper National Planner Day sale. So I got everything in. I'm really excited to incorporate them into my planning routine. Right now, I'm using the horizontal weekly Monday start inserts. Some weeks I find that I need a little bit of extra space. And so I saw a Instagram reel that Cloth and Paper posted a few weeks back where they showed how you can layer with different sized inserts. And I was like, why not get some smaller inserts just to add some additional note space list to my weekly planning? So I picked up the Kanban planner dashboard in HP Mini. I got the Duo Notes planner inserts, the blank and graph ones in HP Mini as well. And then I got the routine builder planner inserts in CP Petite. And I just felt like this was the perfect addition to my weekly planning, especially since I'm really intentional about trying to build a routine right now. I just needed it. So this week I plan on using my Spotlight page flags and Color Palette Volume 5, and I feel like the Apollo page flags go really well with that. And what I plan to do is use the Spotlight page flags with the Kanban dashboard. That way I can write down individual projects on one of those page flags and just kind of move them throughout the Kanban dashboard. So there's an area that says to start, in progress, and completed. And so as I navigate completing those projects this week, I can just kind of track the projects that way. So that's what I plan on using the Kanban dashboard for. Then I just plan on using the Apollo page flags to mark any shoot days I have this week, which I have 3. And of course, I'll be using my Uni marking pen to write on those page flags. I'll also be using my favorite Uni Zinto pen. If you know, you know, you've been subscribed, you know that's like my absolute favorite pen to use. I'm feeling like a blue and gray color scheme, so I'll be using this gray mild liner, and then I also have this gradual highlighter, which I need to find more of these. I love this highlighter so much. It kind of reminds me of like a blue denim color. Top tier. I love it. I need to find some more of these. I think I found some on Temu actually. I need to double check that. Then I'll also be using my label stickers that I made a couple of vlogs back. And I like to use this for the blank list sections on my horizontal weekly inserts. So obviously, whenever I am doing my weekly planning, I like to pick a color theme for the week. And then I'll just pull stickers and highlighters just to kind of go with the vibes. So again, I'm feeling a little blue this week. So it's blue and gray. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into actually getting these plans on paper. I'm gonna time lapse the next part of this video, and if I have anything to share, I'll be right back.
Hey, look. I guess it's by the grace of God or Allah. I done came up on some dollars, stun like daddy on my mama, hallelujah. I ain't tripping, slipping, falling by what these talking. Get your roll on Stephen Hawking, power to you. I tried and I can't give up, I just don't know how. You eyes is always running, ain't said nothing profound.
So like I mentioned before, I like to use the label stickers that I made to label the blank sections on my horizontal weekly inserts. And so I have a label sticker that says focus. I have one that says this week and one that says meal plan. And so with the meal plan, that was obvious. I write down what I'd like to have for dinner for the week. And this is as close to meal prepping as I'm going to get. Like I cannot commit to meal prepping, but what I can do is write down some stuff that I might want for dinner, maybe 2 or 3 things. That way I can cook, maybe have some leftovers. And I feel like with 3 meal ideas for the week, that'll leave me space for like 6 days worth of eating if I cook one day and then have leftovers the next, and then on the 7th day I can go out. That way I can kind of find some balance. I like going out to eat, but I need to cook a little bit more, so I decided to use that section for that. And then with the focus label in that section, I like to pick 3 big to-dos for the week. And by bigger, I mean to-dos that can be broken down into like smaller tasks. And so I like to pick 3 of those for the week. So you can see I put that label sticker at the very top of that section there. I skip 3 lines. That way I can have 3 spaces to write down those to-dos. And then I'll put down my this week label sticker. And for the this week section, I just write down any to-dos that aren't really date specific. So how I like to use my horizontal weekly inserts is for each day, I'll write down my top 3 or sometimes more to-dos that I have to get done for that day specifically. And then if I get done with anything early and I have the capacity to continue working, I'll look at my this week section and then pick some things that I can knock off of that section for each day. So again, for the this week section, it's just any to-dos that aren't really date specific. I hope that makes sense. So like I mentioned before, I'm using my Duo Notes inserts and my Routine Builder inserts to add a little bit more real estate to my weekly layout. And so I didn't want to use full-size HP Classic inserts to add additional space because I felt like that would break up my weekly layout a little bit too much. So the idea of using smaller inserts in between my weekly layout just makes it feel like I'm looking at one whole layout as opposed to different sheets that's breaking up my weekly layout. I hope that makes sense the way I'm explaining it. But I'm using the Duo Notes inserts for a couple of things. So just to add like some additional lists. So this week I'm writing down my weekly routine. So each day throughout the week, especially navigating my life as a full-time photographer, I really need to figure out a weekly schedule that's going to work for me. And so some days are going to be like task specific. Like maybe Mondays I'm going to do admin work. Maybe I'm going to only edit on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Maybe my shoot days are only going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Maybe Sunday is going to be my rest day. So I want to be able to map out a weekly routine. That way, especially when it comes to planning out my task for each day specifically, it'll make it a lot easier to figure out what I need to get done on what day. So maybe one day I might decide that I'm writing out blog posts. Maybe one day I'm preparing my client galleries. Maybe one day I'm looking at marketing. Maybe one day I'm doing admin work, catching up on emails, updating my CRM. Like there's so many different aspects of my photography business that I really just have to figure out a routine until I figure out a weekly routine might be beneficial. So I'm using that for that. And then I'm also going to jot down like my grocery list. So I'm going to add whatever like title to that section over on the blank side, and then use the graph section to write out a list on the right side. So I hope that makes sense. And then I'm using the Routine Builder inserts to map out my daily routine. Yeah. somewhat plan out for the entire week, but I don't really. Let me explain. So on Sundays, I like to grab my planner and I'll map out any big items for the week. So anything that I know I already have going on, like any appointments, any shoot days, any meetings I have going on. I like to plan out my meal plan and plan out my big to-dos, like my focus section and my this week tasks. But when it comes to daily planning, I like to do that every morning. So I'll sit down with my planner. I'll write out like an affirmation or a quote for the day over on the blank side of my horizontal weekly insert. And then on the graph side, I'll write down my big top 3 or whatever my to-dos are for that day specifically. And I like doing that because it makes me have a touch point with my planner every single day. And so that way I can kind of build up that muscle, build up that consistency there. And that's how I've been able to remain consistent in my planner throughout this entire time. Like I'm actually sitting down with my planner every day and writing down my top to-dos for that day specifically. And so again, I like to do it that way. I know some people like to map out their to-do list for the entire week. I'm not like that. I like to take a look at what I have going on and what I feel like I can accomplish for that day. And I like to use, again, the top 3 planning strategy. So that's why I say I somewhat plan for the week, but I don't fully. But yeah, that's how I weekly plan right now. That's my new weekly planning routine. I'm so in love with my new layout with using the smaller inserts. Like, I just feel like it looks so good. It makes me feel like I'm looking at one complete layout as opposed to like different pages inserted in the middle of my weekly layout. It's a whole vibe. I'm loving it so much. Drop a comment. Let me know if you like the idea of using these smaller inserts in between like your bigger layouts in your planner, or even just for like simple decorative layering moments. And also drop a comment. Let me know how you might use these inserts a little bit differently. Maybe I need a little bit of a different perspective. Maybe I can use them in different ways. It's just always really interesting to me to see how other people use their inserts. So drop a comment. Give me some ideas. Let's share some inspiration down in the comment section below. But anyway, if you like this video, then you know what to do. Scroll down the page, find the like button, click that. Give me a little engagement there. Scroll on down the page, find the subscribe button, click that, as well as the bell icon right beside that subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Check out the description box. There you'll find my Cloth and Paper affiliate link. I am a Cloth and Paper affiliate, and if you really want to support the channel, use that affiliate link. If you do any shopping on Cloth and Paper, I get a little bit of a kickback that allows me to be able to continue to make the content that I make for you guys. Also, check out the description box for links to everything that I mentioned, as well as links to my social media so you can follow me everywhere that I'm at. But anyway, I'm getting off this. I've been talking a little bit too much, especially coming off of being under the weather, so I'm about to go on vocal rest. I'll talk to you guys next time.